Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And we'll share the screen here. Okay, see what we have today. Standard, exciting topic. Hinduism, religion, or way of life? Our publisher confronts a long-standing misapprehension about our faith, showing us why Hinduism is more than a way of life. April 2013. This publisher's desk was written based upon being asked this question at a number of satsangs. The text begins with a reference to that experience. Isn't Hinduism simply a way of life? This is a question I am frequently asked at satsang gatherings. It invariably makes for spirited discussion, as there is avid interest and a lively diversity of opinion. How would you reply to the question, isn't Hinduism simply a way of life? See what you come up with. Years ago, Swami Chinmayanandaji, founder of Chinmaya Mission, gave a dramatic lecture on the subject. Here are key excerpts. Hinduism is not a religion, it is a way of life. You can today hear it in every drawing room wherever youngsters are sitting and discussing Hindu culture in India. You can hear them blabbering this quotation. Hinduism is totally different. It is not a religion. Then what is it? It is a way of life. This is a false statement. No thinking man will accept it or give it any credit at all. What an abominable stupidity is wrapped up in such an attractive sentence. That is worthy of reading again. What an abominable stupidity is wrapped up in such an attractive sentence. Hinduism is not a religion, it is a way of life. Oh, I see, in Christianity, it is a religion, so it is not a way of life? What is religion without a way of life? How can there be a way of life without religion? Think. It is a self-contradiction to say it is not a religion. It is a way of life. If Hinduism is not a religion, it is only a way of life, then Christianity is a religion and therefore no way of life. What is religion without a way of life? Does not a religion guide us in our world, in our life? So it is an empty, high-sounding statement. Swami goes on to explain that the notion originated with German Indologists, such as Max Muller, who in the late 1800s translated the word mata as religion. To quote Swamiji, the Germans, who first tried to translate our Sanskrit literature, unfortunately made a great mistake. They used mata for religion. Buddha mata, the religion of Buddha. Christava mata, the religion of Christ. Muhammadiya mata, Islam. Then they came to Hindu mata, and the poor Germans got confused. Because in the Hindu religion, there are very many mata. It is a composite mata. Mata comes from the Sanskrit word mati, meaning buddhi, intellect. That which is crystallized in the intellect is called a mata. Mata only means an opinion. Hindu religion contains Shankara mata, Ramanuja mata, Madhva mata, Mata. Various acharyas who have given various viewpoints of life and the attitudes or the thoughts of the Upanishads, they are all called mata, mata, mata. So the Germans came to the conclusion that Hinduism is not a religion, then what is it? It is the way of life. End of Swamiji's spirited quote. He is quite an orator. Hindus inquiring about the merits of this infamous statement are generally not immersed in the practice of Hinduism, in my experience. They may have in mind that the sum total of Hinduism is to follow Dharma, to live virtuously, fulfill one's duty, and that there is no need to do more. Hinduism is a way of life, but it is a spiritual way of life, encompassing good conduct, worship, selfless service, scriptural study, and meditation. And what is the definition of a spiritual way of life? Religion. Remember, the German Indologists were no friends of Hinduism. Their redefinition of our faith as a non-religion was a powerful criticism, one that unfortunately still remains today. To deny that our faith is a religion is intellectual suicide and a global public relations disaster. I remember a story on that, talking to a group of Hinduism Today readers in Mauritius after a presentation on an inner search program on Hinduism Today in a hotel. And a lawyer, he might have even been a judge, he's certainly a high-standing person in the legal profession, started the argument that Hinduism was not a religion. And then halfway through his argument, he realized that religions get a lot of benefit in Mauritius. All the religions get money from the government, for example. Right away he changed his opinion. He said, no, that won't work. So that's what this is bringing up. It's a global public relations disaster for Hinduism not to be a religion, and it loses all its protections as a religion. Hinduism stands proudly with great faiths of the world, and it does this not because it is a way of life. So there's a global forum of spiritual and parliamentary leaders, Oxford, 1988. Significant Hindu participation there. Gurudev is on the front row right. Oh, next question to you. Can you name a way of life that is not a religion? That should be easy. All ways of life aren't religions, but all religions are ways of life. Vegetarianism is a way of life. Nonviolence is a way of life. But neither is a religion, and neither will be invited to a parliament of the world religions, as Swami Vivekananda was back in 1893. He was invited and he spoke to the world from that Chicago podium precisely because he was a Hindu. It's a great photo. Everybody's got beards. Yes, there are those who think using the H word demeans something, but they are wrong. They are neglecting the import of the word religion on the global stage as well as in the local community among other faith groups. Standing together under the banner of Hinduism, we enjoy the many protections given to religions. And when we have a respected, unified voice to the media, to government, to boards of education, planning departments. We have known quasi-Hindu groups who normally refuse to use the H word, but eagerly adopt it when they seek credibility in the broader community, such as in court cases. Hinduism's finest future is to stand side by side with other religions, not other ways of life. Hindus who parrot the notion that Hinduism is not a religion are not serving Sanatana Dharma well. They have failed to see how wrong-headed this posturing looks in the eyes of the world. What if Muslims claimed Islam is not a religion, but just a way of life, or Christianity, Judaism? They don't do that. They are proud of their spiritual identity. But for various reasons, including the persistent nuisance of the colonized mind, Hindus hold on to this self-destructive fallacy. Numerous swamis who have established movements in the West in the mid-20th century perpetuated this idea as a means to teach Vedanta yoga and meditation to Christians and Jews without provoking religious objections. As a result, such concepts have become household words, but without being acknowledged as Hindu. Swami Chinmayanandaji said it so well, it is an empty, high-sounding statement, one we can all avoid. Happily, this is changing in small but important ways. The Hindu youth we encounter today, proud of their religion, eager to learn more about it. In universities the world over, Hindu students want to stand proudly side by side with students of other religions. Indo-American Foundation's Take Back Yoga campaign, which works to reestablish the practice as having its roots in the world Otis faith, is a bold indictment of the way of life argument. In each satsang I hold one basic question invariably arises. How can I make Hinduism practical in daily life? How would you answer the question? How can I make Hinduism practical in daily life? I stress that to know and practice Hinduism in the fullest sense, one should engage in all the areas it encompasses. Dharma, worship, selfless service, philosophical study, and meditation. Together, these five make for a complete physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual regimen to follow throughout life. Devotional practice without philosophy can easily turn into superstition, so we don't want that. Philosophy without devotion and selfless service can devolve to mere intellectual argumentation and speculation. Taking Hinduism as only a way of life, one misses out on the inner benefits of devotion and philosophy. And without meditation, one has no way to experience the oneness of Atman and Brahman, Jiva and Shiva, which leads to illumination and liberation. Getting some rain in the background here. Let's look at these five layers more closely. Dharma is the foundation of Hindu religion as capsulated in the code of conduct called yamas. Yama means reining in or controlling the base instinctive natures such as the tendency to become angry and harm others, to lie or manipulate events in our favor, and to steal to acquire something we desire and otherwise could not have. Such expressions of one's instinctive nature need to be harnessed, as actions based on them create negative karma and keep one constantly in an upset state of mind. Dharma also includes a wide array of cultural observances. Seva, selfless service, is the next facet of Hindu practice. Many individuals serve through giving a monetary donation to a religious or other non-profit organization. While it is easy to open your wallet or purse and give, say, $50, selfless service offers a more serious commitment, requiring the sacrifice of one's time. Selfless service need not be limited to the temple. It can be done at work, at school, wherever we are in the world. Devotional practices such as attending puja at a temple, going on pilgrimage, conducting puja in one's home shrine, repeating a mantra on japa beads, deepen humility and raise the subtle energies to the higher chakras of cognition and divine love. Nice photo there. Scriptural study builds a firm foundation of philosophical clarity, an accurate understanding of God's souls and world that enhances and informs every aspect of one's life. Such study includes the Vedas, Agamas, and the texts of one's denomination, and the teachings of the saints and sages of one's guru lineage. Choice of study material should be in consonance with one's sectarian philosophy. For example, if one's lineage is Advaitic, the study should reinforce the idea that we are already one with God, that nothing has to happen for this to be true. Meditation and other yogic sadhanas, the fifth aspect of Hinduism, are the doorway to personal realization. Meditation can propel the individual beyond philosophical concepts about divinity to actual experience of those truths. This can be compared to reading about the taste of a ripe, juicy mango versus actually taking your first bite. Which would you prefer? There are two primary approaches. The first, Raja Yoga, consists of regulated breathing, sense withdrawal, concentration, and meditation. And the second, Jnana Yoga, is a path of scriptural study, reflection, and constant, profound meditation. Which, of course, Gurudeva doesn't teach Jnana Yoga, but this is a publisher's desk, so it's important I mention it. These 5 religious dimensions are found in all of Hinduism's diverse lineages, with each sect, sampradaya, treasuring and preserving its own cultural, devotional, and philosophical uniqueness. And that's the end of our first topic. Second topic, 64 character qualities, character building workbook. We're up to the E's. Endurance is the 22nd character quality. Climbing stairs certainly takes endurance. How would you define endurance? The workbook gives this definition. Endurance is the power to continue on despite pain, stress, or fatigue. I cultivate endurance by always striving, pushing myself beyond my accustomed mental and physical limits. The opposite is weakness. And Gurudeva. What is meant by moving the forces of the world? That means fulfilling realistic goals that you set for yourself. That means performing your job as an employer or as an employee in the most excellent way possible. That means stretching your mind and emotions and endurance to the limit, and therefore getting stronger and stronger day by day. So we're getting stronger because we're stretching ourselves further, based upon successfully stretching ourselves less far yesterday. Reflection. Take a moment to identify a few ways in which you could improve in endurance. And the third topic, Yogaswami's words of our master. Classic statement here. All work must be done with the aim of reaching God. Every single thing you do must be done with the aim of reaching God. Interesting idea. What does that mean to you? What we are doing is the fulfillment of Dharma. meaning it is being done to benefit others. How we are doing it is with concentration and to the best of our ability. So it impacts what we do and how we do it. What we are doing is the fulfillment of Dharma, meaning it is being done to benefit others. How we are doing it is with concentration and to the best of our ability. Man can know his past and future births, but by getting rid of desire, he can put an end to birth altogether. What does that mean to you? I have met people for whom they were in a past... Try again. I have met people for whom who they were in a past life is really important. That's what they want to talk about, who they were in a past life. This is a misplacement of energy. Focus on what you are doing in the present and do so in a way that it reduces our desires for engagement in the world. So engagement in the world is good, but not as the fulfillment of personal desire. Let purification and atma darshana come slowly. What does that mean to you? There is a tendency among some spiritual seekers to try to rush to the end of the path in this life. Yogaswami is advising us to let it come slowly. We want it to come, but we don't want to rush it. It is like trying to rush through our schooling, which takes some 16 plus years. It takes the time it takes. Plus, if we rush, we can take the joy out of it. I like to say, enjoy the journey, because it's a long one. Oh, thank you very much.